All right, and welcome back. Thank you so much for staying with us. If you're joining us, Karibu Sana TV 47 Weekend Edition. This is Say What? Say What? Of course, where we have those tough discussions, yeah? And this year we started with a bang. Tonight is no different. And tonight we're talking about silent divorce. This is, you know, you live together with your partner, you're a couple, but things are not very smooth. There's no communication, or there's little communication, or you just talk when you need to talk. Or, you know, maybe you don't even sleep in the same bed. Maybe there's no affection whatsoever. That is what we're talking about. And you know what? I want to just, of course, introduce our question of the day. And remember, we always want you to chime in into the conversation. Tell us what you also think. We just want to hear it from you. Have you ever, or actually, are you experiencing silent divorce? And what is it like for you? What is your experience? You know, as always, here we share, we don't judge, we listen, we don't judge. So make sure you just drop us a message on our WhatsApp number. I'll be highlighting some of the comments as we move along. And let me introduce my fantastic panelists. We're waiting for Pastor Stu, who's on the way, but we have a very able panelist to start us off. Becky Gitao, how are you doing?
I am good.
Oh my goodness. Good. Everybody should follow this girl online. Sam, unafa who follow online?
I follow her.
Hey, she tells it as it is. Becky, how are you doing tonight?
I am good. I'm excited, especially to discuss a topic that I love.
Yes, yes.
And I love to see healthy families. I love, but now say what? That's what it is.
That's what it is. So Becky is actually a therapist, and we'll be playing a clip that actually inspired this conversation shortly. Sam Sego, he's here, and of course he is a pastor. He's been with us for very many shows, giving us the wisdom. Thank you so much, Sam. Happy to have you.
Oh, Betty. Oh, today we have Betty.
Betty and Becky.
Betty and Becky.
My mouth needs to
get acquainted. No worries. We have time. All we have is time. All right, so you know what? Let me just cue that small video to just give us perspective about our discussion tonight.
Let's talk about silent divorce. And in this case, there is no showing up to the court. You even don't have the papers to show that you are divorced. It's just two people living under one roof. But there is no conversation. There is no emotional intimacy. There is no affection. Just two people sharing the same space, but in two different worlds. And if you have to talk, your conversation is around your children, bills, or schedules, but nothing for each other. And I know you know very well, even when your partner is around, you feel so lonely. You walk in eggshells, and you feel like you better be out, you better be away. No wonder. You bury yourself in work, in gadgets, in your phone, because you're in two different worlds. No wonder you're busy out there, saving the whole world, helping everyone, doing things that are not here, and even working late because you'd like, and having 1,000,001 excuses because you would love or you would like to find your partner in bed because you don't know what to talk about. You're strangers. People who were once friends are now strangers. You know that is killing you slowly. It's killing both of you slowly. That's what I call silent divorce. It doesn't have papers. You don't have to show up in court, but you know you are divorced.
Hey, you can just feel the heaviness, Becky.
Yeah,
that's so heavy. You know, you even look stressed about it. First of all, what inspired you to speak about that, and why that deep passion?
I've been a psychologist for this is my 20th year.
Whoa, okay.
And my specialty is in families. Mm-hmm. And since COVID, I realized that when people come for therapy, especially families, all they say, I just want to heal in the crime scene.
Yeah.
And I live my life, but I don't want divorce.
Wait, so I want to heal here,
there
No divorce?
with my partner, no divorce, because what will people say?
Got you.
My children, I don't know what. And I realize it's a trend, it's a pattern, globally, because my clients are all over.
Yes, yes.
And so that's how I came to realize so many people are divorced, but with no legal papers, but they are living in the same roof.
Right.
And I have statistics. I can tell you when I go to churches to speak,
Yes.
wherever I go,
Yes.
that's what I don't talk to my partner. We don't talk. We only have, it's like we are in business. Is this done? Is that done? You have separate life.
Transactional.
It's very transactional. You have separate life, you know, separate money. It's about I, nothing we.
Whoa.
So that's what, and I realize it's killing. I'll tell you why as we continue, I work in hospitals, and I realized majority of people who are coming to the hospitals are not sick. It's that heaviness that is turned to illness because of the silent voices.
Ah,
Yeah.
that's so heavy. Oh, Sam, have you heard that?
Yeah, I can attest to what she's saying because I've talked to many of my friends who are married, and at times it's very shocking when you're talking to someone who you think has been married for a while.
Yes.
Actually, they look like they're in a good marriage.
Yeah, they say I've been married for 15 years,
Yeah.
20 years.
Also for us who are in the church setup.
Yes, yes.
Because now, as she mentioned earlier, people have this notion of what will people say,
Yeah.
how will I be seen? I had a grand wedding, you know, my
Yes.
wedding was attended by many people.
Yes, yes.
And people seem to really hide it and are dying slowly because the number of people I've been able to talk to in relation to silent divorce, many of us in Africa actually don't know that there's actually a name for it,
Got you.
where you're living together and you're not even intimately connected. There's no emotional connection and things like those. And I can attest to what Becky's saying, that there are very, very many. Actually, research has found out that 43% of marriages are actually in silent divorce.
43%.
43%
That
of
is
marriages.
huge.
And this is in Kenya alone. 73% of marriages are in silent divorce, but from one side.
Okay.
You know, one side wants to divorce and move on, but the other side has refused to move on.
Okay.
And it's very interesting when you look at the statistics. It's very saddening. It's very shocking.
Yes,
and
yes,
it gives us a very sad picture of marriage.
Yeah, it gives us a very sad, because 43%.
It's quite, and why I'm even shocked is the way it has been normalized.
normal.
Like it's normal.
a normal thing.
It's a normal thing.
Actually, in my comments, there were, because I've gotten so much feedback. That is the thing people. It's normal, Betty. What are you trying to ask?
That
us?
is it.
It's a normal
After
thing.
I did that video and I did another one of where you're single married, I realized everyone is like, but this is the normal thing.
Yeah.
So I really got shocked why we have normalized and people are okay with it.
Interesting. So shortly we're going to be having Pastor Sue joining us. At least she's here in studio. But of course, remember, you can talk to us. You can talk to us, of course, online. Talk to us through our WhatsApp number. Would love to hear, of course, you know, your thoughts about this very sensitive topic. Like I mentioned, we've gotten so much feedback. And so I just want you guys to join me here at our screen as you, of course, just take a look at, you know, let's just take a look at some of the comments that I'm telling you we've gotten so far. All right, so let's do this. Okay, I can see, there we go. All right, let's look at the comments. Yeah, this is anonymous. Yeah, that's me. He is an alcoholic, and I have done my all to help planning an exit silently. So this person is saying that they're planning an exit silently, right? Let's move on to another one. And remember, keep these comments coming. Somebody also here says, my parents did that for 4 years, not talking to each other, sleeping separately. Mom finally moved out, all right? Let's have another one. You can see the sentiments that are coming just from what Becky and Sam have highlighted. This is, yes, it was so nice. We had already healed at the crime scene, then we parted. So that actually is what Becky was trying to say earlier, that, you know, people actually leave the crime scene when they are healed already. All right, let's look at another one over here. All right, this is still on Instagram. Somebody says, this is the second year now. Earth is hard, T for tough. T for tough. Thank you for your comment. Moving on to some other comments over here. Let's see, this one still on Instagram. Yes, not directly at me, but my parents did it before separating, and you're saying it's awful, and you're putting that, of course, in capital letters to emphasize, the gravity of that. Let's move on to another one here. Keep the comments coming. Somebody here says, I'm at this point and completely don't know what will do, need somebody private to talk to. Well, that's why we have our panel of guests tonight. We have Becky, who's also a therapist. Pastor Sue is also here. They can be of good help. Now, let's move on to Facebook. Maureen Heritage. This one, you're saying, actually, this is the phase I am in at the moment. Well, sending you hugs, Maureen, from where you're watching us from. You're saying you're actually doing this right now. Paula for that. Let's move on to something else. Another one here says, this is Annie Duere Omboki. As long as there is no fight and the bills are paid. Hey, unasema kama bills imelipwa kila iko tu sawa. Pastor Sue, umesikia hiyo maneno?
Nimesikia.
As long as tumelipa school fees, stima imelipwa, kila kitu iko sawa, tuendelee.
Yes.
Hey, tell us, what do you think of this? Yes.
I just want to say, first of all, congratulate the panelists for being vocal and speaking the truth, because that echoes exactly what is happening. And it's good to have people who are trailblazers.
Yes.
People can speak exactly what is happening in the community, because we have a lot of fake people. And I want to say that, as they have said, the silent divorce is high. Actually, that's the big thing.
Even you've experienced that as a church leader.
That's the big thing now.
Yeah.
Wow.
Even among the clergy, the bishops, the pastors, name everybody.
Yes.
This thing has no class. Because marriage is one thing that will reveal the true you. Because you come with a lot of expectation thinking that this man or this woman will give you a heaven down here on earth.
Yes.
But marriage is the only place where you can experience hell on earth and you can experience heaven
on
if
earth.
these people have gone through therapy.
Okay.
And I want to tell the Kenyans once again, please seek therapy. It doesn't show that you have a problem with your mind, or it doesn't show that you are weak. It is a sign that you know your boundaries.
Yes.
That indeed, the way tunapelekana na huyu mke wangu, things are not right.
Yes.
And unfortunately, because of coming from a background whereby we found our mothers forbearing everything and keeping quiet. Mutumia nego tumiria maundu, mwanamuke ni kunyamaza. Sasa hiyo slogan, ati siamusie tisomo, ati mambo ya nyumbani sio mambo ya kutoa nje. I tell you, those slogans have to go away if we are going to stop this silent divorce. Because one of the things I have found is that we are not agreeing with Pastor Munene, and we just assume we will not talk, but somehow the marriage will still work. There is nothing like that. If you look at the corporate of where we are and where we are coming from, when there is always a misunderstanding or something that is not working in any company, what do? We call each other.
Yes.
If she's our head of department, better will summon us and tell us, I can see there's something that is going that is not going right. Susan, what is happening?
Yes.
And from there we come up with suggestions and we come up with strategies of how we're gonna work effectively for the sake of the profits that are coming with our customers. You must treat your wife and you must treat your husband as a customer. If you want to get results. But this idea of assuming we have a misunderstanding and it will solve itself, that one does not work. That's where silent divorce is coming. Because we grew up seeing our parents bearing up. Now, unaambiwa, you have to bear up. Even us, were it not that we also, persevered. This marriage would never have stood. But those are our Gen X, my time, na millennium. Sasa the generation we are in,
millennium.
You have to speak it out. And I want to speak to the women of my age who are Gen X, especially people born in 60s, my dear, and 50s. If we are not careful, we are going to have mental illness. And we have already handed over that mental illness to our children. And that's why now there is a lot of divorce and separation. And that's why our children are saying the thing they fear is marriage. Because they never saw the mother and the father enjoying marriage. So we've got to be real and say this. And I want to repeat this. Please, husbands, listen to us. You, as a husband and a wife, you have to learn to communicate to each other without shouting. Who told us that if you don't shout to your wife, if you don't shout it to your husband,
they don't know how to talk.
That's when atakusikiza. That's when you are losing this person because you are triggering the middle part of the brain near the ear called amygdala that deals with flight, threat and fear. But when you are able to communicate calmly as a husband, and even when you are really hurt, really hurt by your partner, you tell them, excuse me, Dad, I'm just feeling you're not handling me the way I want. Why did you have to shout at me before the children, before workers? You don't have to shout. Let's learn to talk calmly. When you talk calmly, information comes because you are triggering the prefrontal cortex of the brain, this part that receives information. But when every time you are shouting, you are banging the door, you are calling each other names, that marriage will continue going down, and the people you are affecting who are very innocent are the children. So we've got to say something has to change. Yeah, and that's why such panelists are very important because they bring knowledge so that we can be able to handle each other in the right way.
The best way.
Yes.
Hey, Becky,
that's the best topic ever.
It's the best topic.
It's the best topic ever.
Thank
God for this woman of God.
Becky, so 20 years and coming from what Pastor Sue has just said. First, it starts with the shouting. People cannot start to communicate on small issues well. What also can you say is the start of this thing that starts to build?
The start, especially the communication, people communicate from their own pain and from their own fears. So me as a husband, I have, the pain of my childhood. I was not listened. I was rejected. I was pushed away. And so that's all that I know. I saw my parents abusing each other. There's a lot of fear.
Yes.
And so to hide that fear, I must be aggressive because I see like if I speak slowly, they're not going to hear, they're going to disrespect me.
Right.
So I have to shout, I have to be aggressive, to stamp. I have to stamp my authority because I have fear of being rejected.
Got you. Okay.
You see? So that's why I shout. Now, my partner is also coming from a place where they saw their mother didn't say anything. You have to keep quiet. Actually, they didn't talk. So they fear also to be rejected. They want to be validated, to be right. So if I keep quiet, I'll be loved. Yeah? So it's all about our internal and inner fears. And until we work on ourselves, and most of us don't know how to communicate. Our parents shouted at us.
As children.
Especially our age mates.
Yes,
Thank you.
Our parents never spoke to us. They shouted at us. That's all that we knew. Shouting at each other. Aggression. And that's all that we know. My mother would look at me like this. And she'll not tell me anything. I'll just start thinking, what have I done wrong? What else have I not done?
They enter the house, everybody runs away.
Now, that's my mother. Now, imagine my father, who was coming after 2 weeks or after 1 month.
Where?
Now, and then you're trying to think, okay, what did I do? What will my mother tell my father? So in your head, everything, there's a lot of fear. See, so we don't know. We operate, especially like you're saying, those people who were born in 1970s, 80s. That is where the problem is.
That's where the problem is.
We have a big problem there. They don't know how to talk. They don't know how to. There's a lot of fear. Exactly. We have a lot of suppressed emotions and feelings. And because we don't know how to say it, we shout. We become aggressive.
Now I see.
You see? And so the other one fights. And now someone who has fear and pain takes feedback or even accountability as disrespect. So I have to fight. I have to fight because I feel disrespected.
Yes.
So that is where we are here. And these are also people who are living a very fake life because we didn't know how to live real life. You see? Our parents didn't talk to us. We couldn't question. We were brought up very broken. And a broken person also attracts another broken person. And those people never went for therapy.
Thank you.
Therapy
even me,
again.
even me, we went for counseling in our SCK church. And the Reverend only told us one thing. Mkumbuke maneno ya pesa, mkuwe na account moja, na wewe uwe unapikia huyu. That was enough counseling.
That was it.
And we went to Wednesdays because the mandatory.
I love you got married.
Then the other one was Saturday of our wedding. That was enough counseling.
That's
and
really
if we have to talk about sex, I remember Leverett said, na hizo vitu zingine za watu wakubwa,
Mtajulia mbele.
muende muombe. As we were told because we were in there
Yes.
to pray about it.
Oh God.
And remember, my mother can't talk to me
About it. So did you go for another kind of sex?
Where?
Hivyo tu tuliingia kwa hiyo marriage.
Now the problem starts when your husband or your wife goes to the office because we are educated.
Yes.
And then my colleague is talking about things. Like, what?
What is
Happens.
that? Happens. Where?
There is something like romance.
Like a romance?
So you tend even.
Handling?
And you know you don't know. And me and my husband, we can't talk about that. But you know, in the office, those things are very common.
Yes.
So you want to
We
ask,
compare notes.
Pastor Swat will bring in the card.
I tell you,
Oh my
now you are
goodness.
going back home. You are wondering, do I ask him? The things that I had.
Yes.
Now, this, I always tell people, this is the beginning of infidelity.
Okay.
Thank you.
Because I'm not even open to him.
Yes.
So what will I do?
I'll
This guy in
bond.
the office,
This guy
we are
in the
bonding.
office, yes. We are bonding.
I want to feel what you're saying.
I want to experience
I want
what
to
he's saying.
experience. It is very, you know.
Yeah.
And that's
very
why
true.
therapy is very,
Very important.
especially before you get married,
Yes.
so that you start opening up.
Okay.
So we are not open up to our partners.
Yes.
There are things we cannot tell our partners.
Yes.
There are things that are termed like, that's too much.
Yes.
You know?
Yeah.
So you start putting break to your partner. But when you get out,
Yes.
there's no break.
There's no break. There's
Okay.
no boundaries.
Yes, there's no boundaries.
There's no
All
boundaries.
right.
Thank
Okay,
you.
all
Yeah.
right. So I'm just listening to what the two ladies are saying. You know, I'm very curious. So I'm hearing something. So there's
Yes.
that communication, there's the fear that comes. There's, of course, therapy that people don't go through before they get married.
Yes.
What other things can you attribute to that thing starting, that resentment, inward resentment starting from us to have silent divorce?
Yes. Something has been mentioned, and it's been mentioned many times, that marriages don't end badly. They start badly.
Okay.
The moment
That's
in your formative stages of marriage, and it begins with the pre-marriage stage, because if you are not advised well,
Yes.
you will not know what to do in front. One of the topics we had in my premarital counseling was it was called bedmatics.
Bedmatics.
Bedmatics, and it was the last one. And I remember
That definitely was not in her
Yes.
church.
Yeah.
Yeah, equal
Wait,
syllabus
wait.
yao.
Pastor can't
Syllabus.
mention.
Even mentioned.
Syllabus ilikuwa, it was not mentioned.
No, it was.
It wasn't
Because it
mentioned.
usually brushed through,
Yes.
and at times it builds a lot of pain.
Yes.
So what I'm trying to say is marriages begin badly.
Okay.
There are two questions that every unmarried person needs to ask themselves
Yes,
when,
yes.
for example, when a man comes and tells you they want to date you and they want to marry you.
Yeah.
First question is, who are you? Who are you deals with your identity. If you marry a person who has never understood who they are, and they've never built the reality of who they are, and you know they will come into marriage with ideas that they
Yes.
got either from their parents
Yes.
or they got from the society.
Yes. Yes.
For example, if you marry a person who has had a history where their parents have been fighting all through their marriage,
Right.
and they see their uncles also do the same,
Yes.
don't be shocked if this person comes to marriage and emulates the same thing. So what happens is the question, who are you, is very important, because who are you is two-way. Who are you is who are you as Betty,
Yes, yes.
and who are you as me. Because these are two full people who become together. I am not of the school of two halves coming to become
No,
one.
no, there's nothing like that.
There's nothing like that, because that is the biggest deception that we've entered marriage with. So we
just
have
found
two
out
half people,
Yes, yes.
two half people that are trying to become one.
See, but you guys tell us that in church.
No,
Tell
there's
us that
nothing.
in church.
No.
That is
It's,
very
it's
wrong.
a lie.
Very
It's a
wrong.
lie.
That's a
No, it's
myth.
the two becoming one. You see, it's like cells. Well, it's when a man and a woman, you know, they have intercourse.
Yes.
The man releases a full sperm,
Yes.
and this sperm infuses with a full egg,
Okay.
not a half sperm
okay.
and a half egg.
But you guys should
Powerful.
change the syllabus basi kwa church.
We have changed it.
You've changed it.
You have changed.
Even Pastor
We have changed it.
overcomers
We have
have
changed.
changed.
Yes, we have. We have
The
changed.
reality of of the matter is the first question is of who I am, who are you, really helps me to understand that this is who I am and this is who I'm bringing to the table.
Yes.
This is who you are and this is who you're bringing to the table. The second question is where are you going? Where are you going answers the question of my vision. Divorce is actually a division of vision. The moment two people who are not directed towards one path begin to work together without understanding that our visions are intertwining, it will reach a point watapata njia panda, and they will move apart. And you see, the process of moving apart is very painful. Why do I say it's very painful? Our lives are an accumulation of memories. Memories that we get through what we see, memories we get through what we say, memories we get through what we hear, and more so through what we touch. Two people who are married, when two people become married, what happens is they add into the memory. And very interesting is that the memory that is added most at times erases the past memory. So what happens is you have two people who now live together, so they have seen each other naked. Number two, they have touched each other. And number three, they have said things to each other. These three aspects usually bring a certain bond that is very tight. That is the reason why anyone who goes through a separation or a divorce feels so much pain, because these memories are trying to detach from them. And you see, the reason why people will want a silent divorce, silently they don't want to tell you that I don't want to part with these memories. So what we will do, we will live together because there's memory we've built together. So now, you know, there are two things, let me mention this quickly. There are two things that are very fundamental. They are what we call ingredients of marriage, and they are products of marriage. Divorce was never an ingredient of marriage. Nowadays, people get married with an escape plan. An exit plan. You know, I'm getting married, and just in case things don't work, mimi nitatoroka. Look at a lot of Kikuyu weddings. It's very interesting that in Kikuyu weddings, the girl is usually given a bed as a gift. And the bed signifies, Pastor Sue will correct me here, is tuatua is number one. Number two, it symbolizes that your bed is no longer in
your mother's house. In your mother's house, there's no bed.
There's no bed.
So don't go back to sleep there.
So what happens, your escape plan automatically has been removed. But now we enter marriage with exit plans. In case things don't work, in case this guy tries to. So now when it comes to silent marriages, silent divorces rather, what happens is this thing has happened. I don't have an escape plan. I don't have an exit plan. I don't have where to go. And number two, I am a big name in the society. I have a big status in the society. What will people say? I'm a pastor. I am a bishop. So what happens, it becomes very difficult for these two people to separate. And now the separation, also the pain that comes with that separation is one thing they always want to avoid.
Got you. Where, Meskia, the big names, and you're emphasizing big names. All right, thank you so much for the feedback. We're getting them. Thank you. It's the Mingi, but let me try to just narrow a few down here. Hello, Betty and the team. Nowadays, most men, when they get money, you are no longer their type, yet you already have kids. So maybe you divorce, and yet you're in the same house. Sad generation. Somebody here say married since 1991, staying in silent divorce since 2019 until 2024. That's when I quit. Where those are many years. Just Fatimutua from Nakuru, you're saying following it's the best topics. Thank you. Cheers to you too. Hey Betty, that's my current situation right now. Yangu ni kupeana Cold War. Marriage is not for the weak. That's T from Embu. Where? Hey Betty and TV47, Victor Mambo watching from Konambaya, Bungoma. Class in session. Absolutely, the class is in session. Somebody here, good evening. My wife cheated on me in 2021 with a married man. It's still as fresh as it happened yesterday. How do I feel not to give her silent divorce for the sake of the children? It hurts, but ... iposiku. Okay, was in the silent divorce, but my body could not stand and I developed serious hypertension. We parted ways in 2022 after 8 years of hell. I was granted custody of my kids 2024, yet to divorce her. God knows about tomorrow. Okay, hey, there are so many, but let me just, two more. Somebody here, I'm in that problem in my marriage, seriously separated, but talking to each other. Okay, Yangu ni Cold War, silent divorce for over 3 years now. Where are you hearing, Pastor Sue?
And I wanted to say something, especially of that person who was cheating.
Yes.
You see, in a silent divorce, it's one of the major causes of infidelity.
Okay.
You see, human beings are emotional. We are relational. And you need to talk to someone.
Right, right.
You need to remove those emotions. So what do? We are not talking here. So I look for someone
Yes, yes.
I can invest my emotions. So we invest our emotion slowly by slowly, and we start building something, like he said, that we're supposed to build. So we are having side men and side women.
Gotcha.
And it looks like it's okay.
Yes. Especially today, it's a thing.
It's a thing.
Yes.
And it starts out of that silent
divorce.
divorce.
All right.
And it's very painful. And as people normalize this, I need to tell them now from a medical part, as we normalize, silent divorce, it's also the genesis of most of our psychosomatic illnesses. You see, the silent voice settles here.
And the silent voice.
Those voices that you are not talking to each other, they settle here. With time, you hear we have a lot of goiters and all that. The ignored emotions settle here. We are having a lot of gastritis and ulcers. And also the panic attacks. The heaviness. You remember what I talked about, the creep that was sprayed that I did?
Yes.
The heaviness in that room, it's very heavy. It settles in our back, in our shoulders, and
So a lot of
back
these illnesses are just...
I can tell you from research, majority of the illnesses that you people, you bring it to the hospital, is a lot, it has to do with the stresses that we are going through.
Okay.
If people can deal with this emotion
Right.
and see how they can start reworking their marriages, then you can heal your body.
Oh, wow. Pastor Sul, what she's just said, you know, healing these marriages, working on the marriages.
Yes.
So somebody, because I'm sure there's so many people who are watching and they're really affected by this.
Yes.
Where do they start?
I think number
At
one,
what point?
I want to say that there is hope for those who are listening. And hope is not between the two of you first. You need a mediator, someone who's going to come in and help you now from where it began and wraps everything. And from there, we begin a walk with you.
Let me just come in
And this
there.
must be someone who is a professional counselor.
Professional.
I know there are pastors who have done counseling, well and good, but I want people who are professional counselor, because there's something about a professional counselor because of the ethics. Because you find most of the people who go to clergy, not all of them, you find that that thing has been shared in the church.
Oh, okay.
So we don't want that.
prayer point.
It's a prayer point.
thing.
Or they don't understand.
Or they don't
Pastor Sue.
understand because they don't know their dynamic. And wanataka kusaidia, but they don't have that professional, you know, guideline. So I want to say kindly, unless you cannot be able to afford a professional counselor, if it's possible, and because this is about your life, please make sure you get a professional counselor. And we are able to help you to get many. And some are here. So please get a professional counselor. Number two.
What if one person is not willing? Because like I think, like you said, sometimes one person is willing, the other person is not.
When the other person is not willing, you go for counseling.
For your own
mental wellness. And so that you can be able to manage your emotions, as Betty has said. Because if you don't, they are going to come out as sicknesses and diseases. You go for your self-therapy. You go and take yourself to have that therapy. It's very important. You'll be amazed how much wisdom you are going to get and how you're going to navigate that situation in a very calm way. And I want to tell the couples who are there, there's nothing much. Most of the things that makes us connect as couples are things that are embedded within us. What will it cost a husband and a wife just to candle? Muko silent. Mwanze muguzano. Just candling.
Is it possible, Becky?
Yes.
With hate.
I don't know. It's not possible.
With hate, because there's a lot of
knowledge.
hate.
Yeah, I can imagine what you're saying.
There's a lot of hate.
Yeah. And that's why there are things that a couple must endeavor to do intentionally. If really you want to have a marriage. Because there is no perfect wife. There is no perfect husband.
I like that.
The 70% that works for Sue, and there is 30% that will put you off. And you're like, what happened?
Yes, yes, yes.
How did I get into this lives, woman? It is because all of us, nobody is 100%.
Absolutely.
So I would better work with the 70 ya munene I amplified. That nipeleke Betty. Na other counselors wanisaidie. You're getting that?
Tumesema
Na sisi,
Hata 70 ni
yes,
mingi.
70 ni mingi. Yes.
Yeah.
But whatever you have, just know there's a solution. You should never get into depression. Never think of committing suicide. Because that is the worst thing. How can you kill yourself? Now, by killing yourself, have you solved the challenge? No, you have even left a mark to your partner, to your children, if you have children, to your relatives. Even the damage is more greater.
Yes.
While you would have spoken and you would have been helped. I want to let the couples know. Can you start candling? When last did you kiss? Now uko na midomo. And you don't have to get it to the supermarket or even hardware. When last did you shower together? When did you lastly share one plate and eat together? Small things. When did you look at each other eye to eye and admire each other? Unaambia mke wako, you're looking good, or whatever you may say. Those are things. You affirm someone. You give them affection. Those are the things that makes, and you have to be intentional. But Jesus said in the book of Mark 19, the reason why there is divorce, it is because of the hardness of the heart.
Okay, got you.
When a woman has a hard heart, a man has a hard heart, even God himself cannot help you. And when that time reaches, that's when people now go to the suicide and they think of destroying their partner. Why? You think no one can help you. What is that thing that you are going through that no one else has never gone through? The Bible says, Ecclesiastes 1 verse 9, there is nothing new under the sun.
Yes.
What you are going through with your marriage, another couple is going through it. And you only need to get one person, even us. I and Pastor Munene and the rest of us here will not be having marriages if it is people who came in and helped us to be what we are today. And today we are canceling you because we were also cancelled. What are we saying? There is hope. But hope is between the two of us, and we must have a mindset that marriage can be revived again. But when one partner becomes hard, or both of you become hard, that is pride. And remember, the Adamic nature, the if nature in us is very selfish. It's me, myself, and I. And when that Adamic nature takes your control over your mind and your thought, that's where now silent divorce continues. And at the end of the day, you know, now the real divorce happens. But I want to let you know, if you can allow the word of God, the word of God only. You even watch ida unapreachiwa. You just study the word of God. The word of God has a solution. Husbands, love your wife genuinely. Wives, respect your husband. But you find now, I don't want to respect Monene.
Yes, yes.
He doesn't want to love me.
Love you.
So I have to look for love, as Betty has said. And that's why you're finding there's a lot of sexual immorality among the workers. Kama tunafanya kazi unakuta
And in
there's
church.
and in church.
At a church.
Yes.
But I wanted to
The
say
first
something. I wanted to say something there,
Yes.
Pastor Sue.
Yes, my dear.
Personally, me, I'm not a pastor.
Yeah.
So me, I'm around to say it.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes.
Unfortunately, even as we tell the couples to go for therapy,
Yes.
I'm very aware that we have partners who do not know what love is.
They don't know.
They don't know because they
don't know.
grew in a transactional environment.
Okay. Thank you.
They never knew what love is.
Yes.
That's what we call trauma. They don't have the capacity to look at themselves and believe they have a problem. And so
Thank you.
they push all the problem to the other partner.
To the other partner.
They can't take any accountability because the child in them feels like if I say I am on the wrong, then I would be the worst, I'm weak, and they have no. So I'm sure there are couples there who are watching and they are saying, but my husband, but my wife does not believe in therapy, does not believe. Actually, they believe they don't have a problem. They are okay. They are very self-centered. They push everything to the other partner.
To the other partner.
And that relationship becomes very difficult.
Very difficult.
Very, very difficult. And now this is where I tell people, if that is your partner, because whether you like it or not, they'll never talk to you. They'll never give you clarity in a relationship. They are pathological liars.
Yeah.
Pathological.
Pathological, yes.
They are self-centered. The world surrounds
Right.
Them.
you see that you
Yes.
talked about pride.
Yes,
They are
they're so
very
proud.
proud.
Yes,
They
yes.
are arrogant. It's me and my, and thank you.
Very
Me
rude.
and myself. And they know how to twist things. If you can do this, our relationship
Simple
can
would
be
be
better.
better.
Yes,
If you can
Hear
work
that?
on yourself. You see, it's all about you,
Yes.
not
Not
me. And
Where-
the reason why it looks like they don't have a problem, because out there, they are amazing.
They're amazing.
They have options.
They live with mask.
It's actually scary.
Yeah, they live with
Yeah.
mask.
Yeah.
They are able to manipulate people.
People.
They are charismatic. They are marriage counselors.
Yes.
Even if you meet them in church, they solve issues.
yeah.
They speak and the whole world listens to
Listens
them.
to them.
They sing, heaven and earth comes
Comes
down.
down.
They are
Yes.
that good. And so everyone will tell you, Pastor, are you happy that you have
You
this
have this good man.
this good man.
Woman.
And you're there wondering,
You're like, who?
I wish you know.
I wish you know.
But now the reason, you see, they wear masks. So when they get back to the house, if you remember during COVID,
Yes.
we were wearing masks. That mask was heavy. You wanted just to get to the house and you move.
smelly.
Yes.
That is them. When they come with the phone laughing, smiling,
Wakifika kwa nyumba wana change mood.
mask down.
Yeah.
Because now they need to be them.
Themselves.
The monster in them,
Them
comes
comes out.
out.
Where?
You know?
very true.
So they have something we call split personality.
Yes.
This at home, only the partner and the children knows. And this is both, it can be me, it's both.
Yeah.
It's both.
It's
We
man
both.
or woman.
Yeah,
A man or woman.
Yes.
Now that situation is very difficult.
Yes.
Because you will avoid to talk to them, because what they do, even if they have done something bad, they will push it to you. You react. So when you react, now you are going to discuss your reaction.
Oh, it's about the
Not the
reaction.
issue.
Not the
Not
issue.
the issue.
Now what do? You keep quiet, because now you are blamed, you are shouted. Now you walk in an eggshell. You don't want to say anything. Then when we go to church, we have to pretend we are
Yeah,
one.
we have to sit
Say hi to your neighbor. And this neighbor does not
Say
even,
hi to.
you are in a silent divorce.
Yes.
But you have to show your neighbors.
Yes.
You have to show everyone, because they can even hold your hand.
Yes.
Yes.
Like this.
In public.
In public.
In public.
And
They're
they
very
had a
romantic.
Where?
So
But
when
when
it gets to there,
What happens? Yeah.
when it gets to there, it's the partner who is sober
Yes.
who needs to go for therapy.
therapy. Yeah.
Otherwise, what will happen?
the other one.
You will get lost into their world. You will always be a shadow of them.
Thank you.
Got you.
In
So it
fa-
goes back to therapy.
It
Yes.
goes back to therapy.
To find
Even
yourself.
for yourself.
Yes.
For yourself. They can't come.
They can't come. They can't
And
go
when
for therapy.
they go for therapy, if they find a therapist who don't understand, even the therapist will side with them.
Good.
They're that good.
They're that good.
Where?
You know, I am here, Daktari. Me, I don't have a problem. Me, I want our marriage to be okay.
Work.
I want our marriage. I can't come all the way in our marriage. You see, Daktari, you know, if she can deal with her childhood, if he can.
They're not even explaining the situation to the next time.
Exactly.
My goodness.
You know,
So
Betty,
at what?
it's very interesting that Betty can attest to this.
Becky.
Becky. Majority of the ones who carry that pride is men. It's always men. And it's always men because men, we have an ego. Our ego is like a balloon. It inflates and
Yes.
deflates. And when it gets to a point when it's up there, that is when it's hard to reform them. Women are easy because generally how women were created, they are emotional beings by nature.
Yes.
So therapy for them would work so well. And one of the things I've been telling the men around my life is, if you can get therapy, please go for therapy. It is important for you.
It's very important.
It is important because many men, we were dealing with a case yesterday, we were talking about men and young men who have gathered a lot of wounds that have come from their fathers. And one of the things, as we were discussing, that I really noticed is that very many men are hurting and have suppressed their emotions. And what happens is, in marriage, these emotions are expressed to who? First, to the wife, and next to the children. So what happens in a marriage, Pastor Sue can attest to this. Do you know, Betty, there are a lot of pastors' children who never want to be pastors because of what they see in the house. Because pain is like pregnancy. It can never be hidden for long.
Absolutely.
Pain is like a pregnancy. It can never be hidden
You
for
will
long.
one day vent
You will
out
one day
and
vent
explode.
out. And even if you hide it in church, one day your wife will do something at the parking lot and you'll just erupt. And you'll be like, I don't know. And silent divorce is so painful. It's like death that is, and the person who has died is alive. You see them daily. You walk with a dead person who is alive. It's like you're walking with a zombie in the house. And every time you see them, it keeps building.
Resurrect. It's the emotion.
The emotion resurrects.
Every day they resurrect.
And that is why the rage is there. That is why the pain is there. And you know, even if you go talk to your women group or your men group and things like those, as long as you go back to the house, you realize very many men want to go back home very late.
Very late.
Yes.
They will pass by the bar to take some drinks.
Anywhere but
And it's not
home.
because they want to drink. It's because they want to avoid. And the reality of the matter is, I read a book a few years ago known as emotions are like a horse. If you don't control them, they will kill you.
Okay.
And the moment you have these negative emotions in you and you're living with someone in the house in the name of silent divorce, one day, one time, this horse will kill you.
Yeah.
Because it will drop you, stumble on you, and you'll find your head crushed. And that is why she was talking about some of these conditions that people are struggling with. Many of them are an accumulation of emotions that we've suppressed in our inside. Very many men, I deal with many men who have diabetes, have things like hypertension, and it's all
some type of cancer.
Oh, really?
and all of them
Bitterness
come
and
as a result of all this resentment that you're holding. Bitterness is so bad. Bitterness is so bad because it is like a cake that is beautifully, iced, but it is rotten from the inside. And every day the rot is eating you inside. So what happens? You see very many men who are flourishing in the workplace, and they are flourishing because I know of very many men, Betty, who work so hard, not because they're hardworking. Their hardworking is a platform to cover up pain.
Yes.
So
A coping
it's a coping mechanism. So they tend to hide all this emotion with working hard. They hide this emotion with, it's good that they will be able to control, but one day, one time, this horse will drop you and will trample on your head.
Now, as we bring this, this is serious.
Yes, it's very serious.
As we try to bring it home, Pastor Sue.
Yeah.
So is there then a chance that the silent divorce can actually actualize?
Yeah.
Because honestly, if you're going through the things that like Becky has just mentioned, every day, something that's killing you every day, is it really worth it, or that silent divorce should get to a point where it is actually actualized?
Me, I keep saying this. And this is a very strong statement I'm about to make.
And you also ask me that
Never.
question.
Definitely.
From my side.
Yeah, from your side.
Yeah. I keep telling people this way. Your life covenant with God is higher than marriage covenant.
Oh, yeah. I like that.
Okay.
You cannot be in marriage if you're dying.
Yeah.
That's what I say. And I want to let people know, if you have a public figure, if marriage is not working, it is not working. If there is one institution that you cannot fake, it's marriage. If it is not working, it is not working, Betty. If it is working, it is working.
Got you.
So why should you stay there, get diabetes, hypertension, you're not able to take care of the children, get mental disorder, you're getting that.
Depression.
And in the name, what will people say? Can I tell you, even when you die, we will still say.
Imagine.
We will still talk.
And
And you leave your children without a father, without a mother. In the name, what will people say? Are you aware the people you keep on minding, they are actually in your head? In reality, nobody thinks about you.
Thank you.
By the way,
Nobody.
it's so true.
And if you want to know, those who are struggling with the debts, who is concerned whether you are paying your debts? No one. But that money, probably you spent it with someone.
Yeah.
Please learn to live your life. And I think Gen Z, I want to congratulate them for being real.
Yes.
I want to thank God for our children. Our children don't know how to fake. And they don't want fake life.
Yes, absolutely.
You're getting that. Please, let's come out of this cocoon. Because at the end of the day, you need to be mentally okay, psychologically okay, spiritually okay. Remember, the foundation of every person is your spiritual life. And your spiritual life involves God. If God gave you a good life, why would another person come, interfere with you, and make your mind sick? I want to let every person know, if you are in silent divorce, seek help. seek help, my dear. And even munasema you are staying there because of the children, the people you are destroying are these children.
The same
Because they are
children.
And there will be a duplicate
Yeah.
of the same life that you people are
them.
living. Why? Money can see, money can do.
That's
And
true.
so we must know anytime there is that that silent divorce, there is a tension that is in that house,
Yes.
and it affects the children indirectly. I'm telling you, they know.
So there's
Even if-
nothing like for the sake of the
nothing like
children.
faking.
There's nothing.
And these things are as a result of poor communication. We need to talk about that, I think, over and over again in this panelist. Communication is very important, as
Vital.
blood is to the body. Poor conflict management. Stop faking. Stop faking peace. Please, if there is a misunderstanding, learn to sit
Faking
down.
peace.
Yeah, we want to fake when people come praise God, we are okay, and we are just shouting with each other with the monene. We should continue. We continue. They find us with a fight, and they tell us, can we come in? But not faking. What are we faking? Don't fake. Number 3 thing, poor money management is also another cause. You find that that can also be as a result of money.
Yes,
because I'm feeling like my husband is not handling the family money the right way. That's another area that you need. And all these things can be helped by therapies.
Okay.
You're getting that.
Okay, all
Poor friendship. Not many husbands and wives are friends.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Si marafiki, you are just people living together. Why are you faking it? Why can't you be real? And sit down with your wife and tell her, I think that topic is directly directed to us. Can we come out of this cocoon? And we are here to help you.
Therapy.
Please don't die. Don't
All right.
die silently. In the name, you are there because of the children.
All right.
That has really destroyed so many lives.
Thank you, Pastor.
And we are
Sue.
not ready to bury other people.
Absolutely.
Oh, yes.
We're done with that. Not
We are done.
26.
Yeah.
All right. Becky, tell us something about that
Yes.
question.
Yeah,
that you
I
had.
wanted to say, and Pastor Sue have talked about it,
Yes.
that when we come together, marriage or relationship should make you a better person.
Thank you.
But when a relationship is tearing you into pieces, then, like I said, I'm not a pastor, but I know Jesus said when you find yourself in a persecution city, run away. So what you're doing in a silent divorce, you are in a persecution city. So all I say, try, work on it. If for sure doesn't work, your life is more
It's not
important.
working.
It's not working.
It's not working.
Let me tell you, something children can handle 2 homes. I'm not here to campaign for divorce, but I'll tell you as a psychologist that children can handle 2 homes. But something children cannot handle, they will never unsee those conflicts.
Okay.
It is a
Remain
print.
permanently in the
They
mind.
will never unhear those abuses. So it's very permanent in their head. And us as adults, we lie that we are there because of children.
Children, no.
It's a big lie.
Lie.
Because when you are there in a silent divorce, you're not a good mother, you're not a good father. So who are you parenting?
Got you. Got
So it's selfishness because we have fear of facing the world and facing ourselves and being true to ourselves that it's not working. So we need to look for, something to hide. I'm here because of children.
No.
You're not there.
You're not there
not
because
there.
of children.
Unless we say we are here to destroy the children, and I am intentionally destroying
Destroying
these
them.
children.
Yes.
And this is what I tell people. You see, you are there in a silent divorce, and you're not happy. Then when your kids are at another age, they start, of
The
course,
same cycle.
they start the same cycle in school. So they start disturbing you. So you're not going to be happy. You are not happy in marriage.
Right. You're
Now in the
You are a
age,
grandmother.
you are not happy. You will not even happy. You see,
Absolutely.
intergenerational trauma. Why don't we be happy now? Life is for the living.
Nice for the living.
There's
Thank
no
you.
rehearsal. There's no
Thank
rehearsal
you.
about love.
Hakuna rehearsal.
Hakuna rehearsal.
Ni
See
hii.
hapa.
Betty, let me
All
say
right,
something.
Sam, very briefly,
Very
briefly,
important.
we are running out of
If
time.
you are in this silent divorce for the children,
Yes.
healing, why don't you seek healing also for the sake of the children?
Oh,
Because if you're doing it for the children and it's negative, why don't you do it on a positive side for the sake of the children? Because I believe that if there's a God who heals, then there's a God who can heal marriages. I am an utter believer that there is no marriage that is not cannot be mended.
yes.
Yes.
Because God is the maker. The Bible says, unless God builds a house, the laborers labor in vain. So if you can learn to include God in our marriages, yes, things might have gone sour, but involve God, involve prayer, involve psychologists like Becky, and you will see slowly by slowly the God who has healed many marriages, because we've seen marriages which were like that, that God has healed, and now they are flourishing, and their children are even much better.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Wow.
Well, guys, that was a powerful show.
That was a powerful
I feel like we
show.
should not finish, but I think we have to finish also the comments.
Yes.
But before the comments, just very briefly how we can reach you, because I know
Alright.
the people who would want Pastor Sue. It wasn't a Clay City.
Yeah, to answer Nakle City, I want to say that I'm very grateful. Thank you so much for giving me the best.
Yes.
And I've learned a lot also from
Absolutely.
them. I'm always educated when I come here.
Yes.
I want to say that every marriage can work, but you have to be intentional and invest in knowledge.
Yeah.
There are principles that you cannot break in marriage and expect to have a good marriage. Husbands, love your one wife. Wives, respect your one husband. Please don't provoke your children to resentment, anger by your words and your action. That's very important. Before I became a pastor and the counseling that I do, I was a medical person. So we have a medical facility that has been in Kasarani for the last 25 years.
Oh, nice.
And that's where we treat all the patients. If you come there, especially the men, me, I'm an advocate of men.
Absolutely.
Ukiwa na shida ya erectile dysfunction, premature ejaculation, your penis has become small because of kunyonga manke, umenyonga kunyonga. Pastor Sue is the person to see. We will rectify that. If you keep on releasing anyhow, ukihagu msichana chui, please you need to come and see Pastor Sue.
Yes.
If you have any erectile dysfunction, anything involving sexuality,
All right.
this is the person to see. Infertility,
Yes.
diabetes, hypertension, we are able to reverse. Now those diseases can be reversed. If you're there, you are a cancer patient, we are able to give you palliative care, boost your immunity to be able to fight this monster.
All right.
Please, you need to get my number. My number is 0712 265 746. 0712 265 746. That's my number to call. Kindly, men, don't keep quiet when you have a challenge with your sexuality,
All right.
because that's one of the problems of silent divorce.
All right.
See you next week.
See, Becky, your number.
Say
very
what?
Say what?
Marriage work, therapy work.
Okay, how can they
And
reach you, Becky?
you just get me in all my social media handles.
Yes.
Becky Gitao. Everywhere you can find me. I'm
Becky
also
Gitao.
at Becky Gitao. You can find me at my clinic in Haringam or at Aga Khan.
Okay.
Thank you.
Becky
Becky
Gitao.
Gitao. In all my social
All
media
social media
Wonderful.
handles.
All my social media handles, King Sam Sengo is the name.
All right.
You'll find me there.
Okay, well, today's show has been powerful. Thank you, guys.
Thank you, thank you.
Hey, I feel
You are
like
the best
we need a
host.
part 2.
By the way, we need part 2.
We need part 2.
Yeah, so that we deal with the causes more.
Because definitely the comments also, there are so many.
Yes.
I'm telling you, my phone is buzzing. But let me just sample some comments because I promise I'm going to do that. Okay, so here we're just watching. I am a victim of silent divorce for now 5 years. Okay, somebody here saying, hi Betty, this is the best show ever. Last April to October, we had separated with my hubby, but we're living under the same roof. Let me tell you, Betty, the only conversation that we could have was strictly based on our kids' well-being. Period. That's Tabi from Mombasa. Well, I hope things have become better. Amogola Felix, I'm liking the discussion. My question is, how should we secure a marriage partner? The criteria. Maybe that should be the next topic.
Yeah.
It's very important. Maybe tutangalia maneno. Maybe next week we can talk about that. Hi TV47. It's true that many of us are not aware that sharing your problems earlier and silently will keep you going. Don't shout to your spouse. We need each other. We are like a radio with 2 batteries. If you remove one, it can't work. Thank you, George. There's so many. The last one here. Silent divorce results from ego. The Bible instructs a lady to submit. So how can we have 2 men in the house? That's DCP Kajiado. All right, there's so many here. And also just let's take a look at some over here on our screen. This one you're like, yes, and they call it open marriage. Maske Becky.
Yes.
Wow.
They call it open marriage because we are there, but we are not. All right, another comment over here. And we really appreciate all the feedback. My parents right now, Che, hadi nikaogopa ndoa. I want to help them, but how? Oh. Wow, this is actually the parents, the thing we're talking about, parents. Lewis Muley is saying that's how many marriages are in today's life, unfortunately. But like you've heard from our panelists, things can be better. Things don't have to stay the same.
Yeah,
really.
they don't have to stay
All right, moving on. If we have another one, let's see that. Okay, this one is, yeah, that's me. He is an alcoholic and I have done my all to help. I'm planning an exit silently. Hey, silently.
Silently.
Yeah, he did it.
Silent divorce, silent.
Silent exit. Wow. Okay, moving on here. Yes, it was so nice. This is the comment that we had started with Becky.
Crime
It was so
scene.
nice. We already healed at the crime scene. We parted our ways. You're my hero, whoever this person is. All right. Thank you so much. Okay, let me finish with 2 over here. All right. So this one is like always glued to say, what? Thank you. And there's nothing I can do. I'm addicted, Betty. Oh, you're addicted to our show. Then you're okay. You don't need therapy for that. That one is fine. Say hi to Pastor Sue.
Thank you.
This is always a must-watch show. It's always on my calendar reminder. Oh, thank you very much, Vinny. Okay, somebody here, we are ignoring a silent crisis. Silent divorce does not just affect 2 people. It shapes how our children see, trust, the loyalty, and responsibility. That is Wafula. Thank you. Hi, the last one. Let me just take this one. This is Sam. My wife and I are a young couple who wedded a year ago. Both of us are watching you, and we really appreciate the professionalism of the guests. Oh, great. All right, so thank you. Oh my goodness, the comments are so many, but I appreciate each and every one of them. So from this Silent Divorce Matters, the show was great, by the way. Every Saturday, right here, say what? TV47, every Saturday with our lovely panelists. But we also have the one and only, anakuja Ira Vibes, ni kuja to dance. Katela, say hi. I'm good.
Live on Say What?
Tumia microphone wewe professional.
Yo guys, wagwan masi, this is Katela Macy live on Say What?
Say what?
So all better get ready for
Salimia
Ira
wageni
Vibes.
wangu bana.
Pasa suna kuoga naye kila saa, unajua unangam? Unangam.
Na?
Kungam.
Nangam. Unangam.
Unangam.
Ni kusema nini?
Kungam una rada?
Rada.
Una rada?
Rada ni nini?
Pastor Sur.
Pastor Sur.
Mtu wangu, wewe ni mtu wa watu.
Niambie.
Sasa vijana wanakusikiza hapa nje alafu ujui kungam.
Jehova. Ebu kungang ni kusema nini idea?
Kungam ni you understand.
I understand. Yes, I do.
Yani.
Najua.
Sio kungam.
Ni kungam. Kungam.
Kungam na kuranda.
Hey, na kuranda.
Hey.
Hey. That's powerful.
Alafu sasa wacha nikuwe na adabu. Hi. How are you? My name is Katela Macy.
Yeah.
You look beautiful tonight. Becky. Alafu sasa kwa mabazu.
Yes.
Wagwa shika hizi sasa.
Unakuja uambie show wewe unafanya nini? Vibes man. Vibes.
Tonight it's all about Mkanda edition.
Mkanda.
Mkanda edition.
Mkanda like Mkanda?
No, Mkanda is a tape. Kitambo tape.
Oh, ile Mkanda.
So we're having Garden Boy as our DJ and MC Babeto. Pure niceness. Pure niceness.
Karibia.
Rubbing and dubbing to reggae music, you know? Mature reggae, very safe, very secure. On your number 1 reggae show in 254, Ira Vibes. Only.
Got a request.
Gani?
Ile song. Lonely nights.
Lonely. Inaitwa Rico D, the golden voice.
Without you.
Kwani uko lonely, Betty? No, you can't be lonely.
Ni wale watu wako kwa silent divorce manzi. Aki, unajua.
Maisha iko hivyo.
Maisha ni ngumu.
Maisha iko hivyo, jo hali ya game.
All right.
Otherwise, you looking good?
Thank you.
Wacha si tukae ready. Unakafiti mbaya.
Dadas kidogo, please keep it right here at TV47. Of course, Ira Vibes is starting in a few with the great Katela.
Yes,
Hallelujah. Thank you guys for watching the show. See you again next week.